Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm the Fuzzy Carnivore, and I'm bringing you a long time requested video on Iron Eagle. So a while back, it was requested that I do a film review on Iron Eagle. I watched it during that time. I planned on having my daughter do the review, but something happened. She just didn't get around to it. Doesn't really remember the movie too much because we watch a bunch of movies. So I'm going to bring you the review right now. Iron Eagle was filmed and released in 1986 and is headlined by Gossett Jr. and Jason Gedrick. Jason Gedrick hasn't done a lot since these late 80s movies. A lot of TV stuff. So you may or may not recognize him. He was in Dexter for one season. Gossett Jr., he played in so many military movies back in his day. He played in The Officer and The Gentleman, at pretty much every Iron Eagle movie, because there's like 6 of them. It's almost like the Fast and Furious franchise back then. But the plot of this movie is this. Military maneuvers are being conducted in the air over a Middle Eastern country. I don't really know if it says which one. I can't really remember. But the plane gets engaged, shot down. The pilot gets taken captive. Well, his son isn't going to take that. So him and his merry friends who have a aviation club, they all get together and they plan a military operation. And they finagle their way into getting planes, weapons, everything for this operation for them to conduct it from the U.S. over to the Middle Eastern country, conduct a rescue mission, and bring back the dad because there was no plan on saving him. They were just going to let him be executed. Pretty messed up. Another thing that's pretty amazing is that these kids were able to pull it off. I can tell you, post 9/11, that ain't happening now. Back then, maybe it kind of could have been, but definitely not now. Cons of this movie, definitely a really, really cheesy movie. But where it's cheesy, back then, it was awesome, And really, that's the only con that I can get out of this 80s movie. It's just that it was cheesy. But the pros, this is one of the pinnacle movies that made me want to learn how to fly and be a pilot. I took a couple lessons, never got my license. But this and Top Gun were the 2 movies that I watched all the time and made me want to be a pilot when I grew up. Didn't really happen that way, but that's life. The short-lived action sequences in the air-to-air combat, those were pretty cool. The realism was kind of down. It wasn't realistic, at least in this time and age. But, give it a watch. It's not like, some of the other 80s cheesy movies. It's actually a decent watch. You're not going to see a lot of high-def stuff. I don't think they've ever remastered it. But it was on Amazon for a while. I don't know where it can be found currently, but give it a watch, Beard rating. I'm gonna give it 3 beards. It's a 3-beard movie for sure. I almost forgot about the movie until it was suggested to me to do for a Throwback Thursday. Well, this is it right in here. 3 beards. Drop a comment. Let me know what you thought. If you've seen it, if you've ever heard of it, drop it in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you got suggestions for another movie, drop it there as well. Other than that, hit that like, hit that subscribe, notification bell for more videos like this. And until later, stay classy.